Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on today's show. My name's CJ Curry. It's the CJ Curry Show presented by PrizePicks. If you're not playing PrizePicks yet and you want to get started, it's real simple. All you have to do is deposit for the first time on PrizePicks. Use code Curry. They're going to give you a dollar for dollar match all the way up to $100. That's a 100% instant deposit match. All right, you're not really going to find that in too many places. Basically making your first entries that you make on PrizePicks risk-free, because PrizePicks is contributing up to $100 free money. All right, guys, who doesn't like some free money? Take advantage. Use the link that I've left for you down in the description of today's video. Make your first deposit. Use that code Curry to get started. All right. Appreciate all of you folks out there who are joining me this morning. We already got 61 people, 23 likes. You know what to do. Let's get those likes up. We're trying to get them over 100 once again. We've hit 100 or more likes in every stream. Every show that we've done so far for the NBA season has went for over 100 likes. Now, I'm going to set the bar a little bit higher, because in most of those shows, we went over 150 likes. So I'm going to set the bar, the line, at 149.5. 149.5 likes. And I believe that each and every one of you is fully capable of covering your individual like line of 0.5 likes. I think you could go ahead and, help me get there. All right. Shout out to everybody in the Dub Club. Yesterday was a great day for Dub Club. I know we didn't have any NBA. But that did not stop our Dub Club community for cashing yesterday. We still ended up making plenty of money, plenty of wins. We took advantage of some of those tacos on Taco Tuesday. We took advantage of some research. I went live in Discord, did a Discord stage, and ended up helping some people with some winning NHL picks. Let's take a look at those real quick. This is our winner circle area of our Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, link down in the description below. If you want to join the Dub Club, well, there's a link in the live chat window and a link down in the description of today's video. But this is just a quick little look at some of the picks that we ended up winning on yesterday. You got Turkio the Smirkio, who cashed in with 3 winning entries. Congratulations to you. Treasy came up big. Rickard Raquel was one of the picks that we were on. Shout out to Effin' Props Guy for blessing us with that one. So you see a lot of people took that play as well. We've got our guy AJ Styles. That's right, the phenomenal AJ Styles. He cashed out with us. Here's another one. 4 picks that we looked at live in Discord as a Dub Club community last night. Turn this $10 power play into 100 smackaroos. That's a 10x payday. For those of y'all who can't math, I'm mathing for you this morning. All right. Some other options that we had here. We had the Connor Ingram taco with Rickard Raquel, 75 bucks. Turn that $25 into a quick 75. Here's a 2-pick power play that I put together. We had Josh Manson, Jordan Stahl, under block shots, under faceoffs won. That was a 2-pick that hit. 3x our money. And then the one above here, one of our community members said, hey, take a look at Matthias Maselli. All right. Take a look at him for over on his points and put him with Nick Sealer for more than 1.5 block shots. So I provided the Sealer pick. Our other buddy, Miguel, he provided the Maselli pick over points. And, that's what we do. We collab as a community, but lots of winning entries last night. So yesterday, even though we didn't have any basketball, we had a lot of people that were cashing out. I mean, look at this guy here. Prickly Peanuts. $25 power play, turned it into 250 bucks, all based on some picks that I provided to the community. So if you want to join the Dub Club, guys, I'm just imploring you to go ahead and join. I mean, it's 67 cents per day. It's just $20 per month. I've made it super affordable for most people out there. Listen, if you're struggling to get by, don't join the Dub Club. I don't want anybody who's living paycheck to paycheck that can't really afford to do it. All right, this is if you got a little extra coin that you're sitting on. If you're making a little bit of extra money and you're looking for a community, I've got a good community for you. It's our Dub Club community. So think about joining. I'm posting 10 plus picks per day typically. Today will definitely be one of those days where we're heavy on the picks. So you could join the Dub Club, get access to private Discord channels, get access to a winning community. It's all available for you. Again, link in the live chat window and in the description of today's video. All right, gang? All right, taking a look. I want to say shout outs to some of the people that are in here. We've got over 98 people watching, on our way to 100 live viewers. Appreciate that massive NBA slate tonight. I think there's 14 NBA games, so we got a lot that we have to break down, a lot to look into. But first, let's say what's up to some of our friends out there, including Jimmy Green, who says good morning. Good morning to you. We got Ray in the building. He's glad he didn't take Zion. Zion Williamson is out. That's right. Hopefully you didn't take any New Orleans Pelicans props too early, because Zion Williamson is out, and that's definitely gonna shake things up today, folks. That's gonna shake some things up. Wesley Winston's in the building. You flex, I gotta flex back. Those are the rules. Dave Gutierrez, huge slate. Let's get that money. Shout out to Dave. He had us on Jalen Suggs over 1.5 turnovers a couple days ago. Dave, kudos to you. That pick was a good one. Ended up coming through. Jalen Suggs turned it over more than 1.5 times. So I don't forget. That was a good pick. T-Bone, Winner Circle was lit last night. That's right. Dub Club Winner Circle was fantastic. Guys, if you're a Dub Club member, let me see you in the live chat comment section. Leave a DC. Put a DC in the live chat if you're part of my Dub Club. I want to see how many people are out there representing. How many representers do we have for the Eyes on the Prize Dub Club in Discord? Show me how many of you are out there. I want to see. Jarrell's in the building. Big slate, big money today. Absolutely. Everyday Fantasy, aka our guy Don P. Shout out to you, Don P's always doing the Lord's work in our Discord. So shout out to you. I thank you for being a part of the community. A long tenured member of the community. Bradley, yo, what's up? Jay, yo, shout out to you. Let's get this money. Ronald's Green with the what's up. Super solid as always, Ronald's Green. Thank you for being here. Samuel says blowouts screwed me on Monday. Well, hey, that was a whole 2 days ago. That's far in our rear view. We're going to leave that in the past. Forget that. That was Monday. We're on Wednesday now. We got money that we got to focus on winning tonight. Mo, what's good, gang? Haven't been to a live stream in a minute? Well, welcome back. We're always here, 12 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, sometimes even Saturday. I mean, you just never know when I'm going to pop up, which is why it's important for you to be subscribed, for you to turn on all notifications for my channel, and absolutely hit the like button. We're at 43 likes, on our way to 50 likes so far. Love the energy so far. Who else we got in here? Jamie or Jaime, shout out to you. He was like 145. Appreciate that. Contavious says definitely won $60 because of y'all in the Dub Club, here to make some more money. Hey, Contavious, anytime that you could wake up and make $60 that you wouldn't have otherwise had, I mean, it's got to be a good day, right? You got to chalk that up as being a good day. Jeremy says bless up. Shout out to you, Jeremy. Thank you for the blessings. Tarak's in the building. Shout out to you, Mr. Jackson. Zachary, what's happening? Cashed a 4-man flex play on Monday with a few of your plays, so thank you. You're welcome. We're going to dig into some more plays today. Like I said, lots and lots of NBA action tonight, but there's also lots of pending injury news. We'll get into that momentarily. Merjay, rich, rising, positive energy. Lots of green lights. It's a lot to process, but I think I'm picking up on the positivity in that message, so thank you for that. Samuel, Michael, all you other Ds, look at all the DCs in the chat, y'all. Look at all the Dub Club representatives. Been DC since day one, says Contavious. Got Steven in the building, DC representing. Look at all the DCs, man. Hey, I appreciate all the support, for real, for real. For real. Taylor's super excited about Hard Rock going live with their sport betting platform. Their app is back online, so if you're a Florida resident, shout out to you. Big day yesterday, big announcement. Hard Rock is back. So more ways to play, more ways to bet. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love Hard Rock bringing their app back online. And I know Mr. Taylor Genghis was absolutely cashing out. All right, let's get into a little quick Purtle. We'll do a little brain teaser real quick and just kind of, jog our memory banks. Basically what this is it's an NBA player guessing game. All right, now today's thumbnail player is Tyrese Halliburton. So let's just start with him. More than likely will not be Tyrese Halliburton, but it's a place to start, right? So here's what we know based on our first guess of Halliburton. It's going to be a player from the Eastern Conference. Somebody who's around 25 years old. Could be 24, could be 25 years of age. Not going to be a guard. It's going to be somebody who's taller than 6'5". So you're probably looking at like a power forward, maybe a center. And Tyrese Halliburton's jersey number is 0. So it's going to be somebody that has a jersey number higher than 0. I mean, it doesn't get much lower than 0. I think you got 00. Do we count 00 as lower than 0? I don't know how that works. But yes, this is our first guess. So this could go a lot of different ways. I mean, if you guys want, let's go ahead and whip out the silhouette here. I'll tell you who I think that looks like. I'm going to see if you, based on the silhouette, I'm going to see who you guys think this looks like. I think I got a good idea who this is just based on the silhouette. Who do you think this looks like? I don't think it looks like Jason Tatum. George. Yeah. Jose, yes. Ryan, yes. LNCJ 711, yes. We're right here. We are right here with Mitchell Robinson because that's who I thought it was right off rip. But I will say this, Jimmy Green with the Saddiq Bey is low-key kind of a sneaky pick. Low-key kind of a sneaky pick with Saddiq Bey because I could see that being Saddiq Bey too. But I think all of y'all are rocking with me on this. We're on the same wavelength here. Let's go Mitchell Robinson of the New York Knicks. Bang. We got it. It is Mitchell Robinson. I mean, once we saw that silhouette, we kind of knew, right? Somebody made a comment about Mitchell Robinson's hair. Yeah, he's got some crazy hair on top. He's got some crazy hair on his face. I mean, we pretty much knew that was Mitchell Robinson. Once we saw that silhouette, it became pretty apparent, pretty obvious. So shout out to Mitchell Robinson, New York Knicks, big man playing in the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division, center/forward. He is 7 feet tall, just 25 years old, and he wears jersey number 23. So love doing this because it kind of gets you thinking about different players on different teams. Kind of like I said, it's like a warm-up exercise, warm-up routine before we start talking some NBA basketball today. So shout out to everybody who guessed Mitchell Robinson because that was absolutely the right guess. All right, here's what we have in terms of injury news. Let me refresh this because you guys just broke some news here for me that Zion Williamson is going to be out today. Here's what we got, though. Anthony Davis is a big one. Obviously, the Los Angeles Lakers starting power forward/center. AD is dealing with both an adductor and hip issue. He is questionable tonight. Keep your eyes locked on Anthony Davis's status. Bradley Beal, haven't seen him make his Phoenix Suns debut yet. He is questionable tonight. Not sure if Bradley Beal's going to be in or out. That's why we need to stay glued to the news up until tip-off. Draymond Green, personal reasons, currently listed as questionable for the Golden State Warriors. Draymond's been slowly getting more and more minutes, but tonight he has something personal going on. Maybe he's got a podcast he's got to shoot or something. I don't know what's going on with Draymond, but he's questionable. Nikola Jokic, wrist, probable, so we should expect Joker to play tonight. Derek White, who's missed a couple of games already early on in the season, is expected to play tonight. He's probable. Jalen Durant, I believe he did miss the last game. He is questionable tonight, still dealing with a nagging ankle injury. You got Zion Williamson, personal reasons. He's out tonight. Maybe he's got some, some lady friends that he's got to meet up with. Maybe he's got something in his little black book, some females to link up with tonight. I don't know what's going on with Zion, but it's personal, all right? It's none of our business. His teammate Herb Jones, dealing with a leg issue, is questionable. So you got possibly two New Orleans Pelicans players out tonight. Jimmy Butler, knee, probable. We saw him play against the Lakers on Monday. Lou Dort, hip, is questionable. So, Dort kind of an impactful one, but the OKC Thunder, they're pretty deep. They got a lot of talent there. So if Dort's out, no big deal. Walker Kessler, elbow, questionable. He had a pretty nice double-double the other night, Walker Kessler. Keldon Johnson, wrist, probable, and Devin Vassell, adductor, is doubtful. So the Spurs going to be without their young swingman, Devin Vassell. So those are the injuries as of right now, 12:20 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, stay on top of these. I mean, these are going to change throughout the day. There's going to be more news that comes out, more news as we get closer to tip-off. So you can absolutely snipe some value if you're quick and you're nimble with the fingers. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's pull in the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here. Daily Grind, they have some fantastic tools. You guys know that I'm a big fan of their optimizer. The optimizer is always helping us find that value, right? Those lines, they get bumped. They get bumped up. They get bumped down on PrizePicks. And this tool right here has a lot to do with those bumps. So we're going to take a look at some of these top plays on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Now, for me, what I like to do, I like to go to stat type. I like to take out player fantasy score. I don't love player fantasy score. A lot of the times, most of the player fantasy score options are under plays, but I use projection models more for that. So I like to filter out all the player fantasy scores on the optimizer and just look at the single stat player prop categories, your more traditional markets. So like a guy like Zaire Williams at 13.5 points and rebounds. Some of these other ones have already been bumped, like Scotty Barnes under 14 rebounds and assists. Still looks like a good play though. If you wanted to take the under on Scotty Barnes rebounds and assists at 14, 55.4% chance that it hits. This could be one of those ones that you just lock and load. You'd lock and load. I mean, at a 55.4% chance to hit, you're getting a pretty good chance for him to go under his rebounds and assists. His rebounds on their own are also looking pretty juicy here. 54.7% chance that he goes under 8.5 boards tonight. So those are some Scotty Barnes options. He's been playing very well this season. So if you don't want to take the under on Scotty Barnes, completely understand that. He's been getting buckets. He's been getting boards. He's been getting assists. He's really looking like he's evolving and growing as a player. From last season to this season, it's kind of scary how good Scotty Barnes has looked. Zaire Williams, like I mentioned, over points and rebounds, 13.5, 54.2%. So guys, if you want to make a quick 5-pick, 6-pick flex entry on PrizePicks, I mean, you've got like a good 10 to 12 picks right here on the screen right now. Benedict Maan under 3.5 rebounds, 54%. You got another Draymond Green over 1.5 turnovers. Kyle Lowry under 3.5 boards. All of these plus EV picks, getting positive expected value, okay? And that's all we should really think about taking on PrizePicks are plus EV picks, because we don't get paid anymore for taking non-plus EV picks. Minus EV picks, they don't pay out anymore on a site like PrizePicks. Now, if you're playing on a sports book, if you're playing on Sleeper, if you're playing on Hot Streak, where they have multipliers that kind of change throughout the day, well, then maybe you take some of these minus EV picks on there. But for our intents and purposes, for PrizePicks purposes, we should only be taking plus EV plays. Let me turn on the refresh plug-in here, and I will refresh this board because it's going to keep changing, guys. It's going to keep changing. The picks that you see now probably won't stay the same over the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes. But yes, Zion Williamson is out. Zion is out, like we just talked about, for those of you who missed it. He just got ruled out shortly, not too long ago. Let's look at Scotty Barnes under 8.5 rebounds, 54.7% chance. True odds of minus 142 to go under 8.5 rebounds. We're going to apply some projections to some of these lines here and, see if the projections agree with or disagree with the way that the optimizer is suggesting that we play these picks. So let's start out with Scotty Barnes. I told you guys, he's been doing a really good job rebounding the ball. He's been doing a good job scoring. He dropped dimes. I mean, he's just filling the stat sheet each and every night. Now, his projected rebounds over here on a site like Fantasy Labs, they have him at 9.3. At 8.5, a lot of juice coming in on the under at 8.5 rebounds. So this might get bumped down to 8. I think this could be one of those plays where we wait a little bit. We let a bunch of people out there take the under at 8.5 boards, and maybe we take the over once it gets bumped down to 8 rebounds. If it comes down to 8, maybe we ride with this projection of 9.3 rebounds, and then we take the over. But this one's probably going to get bumped down to 8 just based on the fact that it is right at the top of the optimizer, second highest probability NBA play. That's a non-fantasy score play. So this one's got a 54.7% chance to go under. I'd expect this one to get bumped pretty soon down to 8. If it gets bumped down to 8, like I said, maybe we snipe it at 8 and we take the over. He is projected for 9.3 boards. Taking a look at where he's at on RotoWire. Again, a lot of these are sites and projection tools that you have to pay for, but you get a little sneak preview. I partnered up with a lot of these sites, and we get a little sneak peek here at a lot of these premium tools. Show them off. Maybe you guys are interested in Fantasy Labs or RotoWire or Line Star. I mean, there's a lot of different ones you could pay for out there, but you kind of get an idea of what you get with these tools. I'm showing them off for you guys. But 8.4 projected rebounds. So again, maybe we wait for him to get bumped down from 8.5 down to 8. You got a projection of 8.4, putting him slightly over 8 rebounds. I think that's going to be my strategy. Let's see if Scotty Barnes gets bumped down. Checking Line Star here for his rebounds. They've got him all the way up at 10.2 projected rebounds. Huge projection on the line of 8.5 boards. And then Numberfire is a free site. For those of you who like free stuff, you can check out Numberfire. They've got free projections. Now, Numberfire's got him at 7 rebounds. Just 7. So they're one of the only sites that has him actually projected for something under 8 rebounds. Most of these other ones were above 8. I mean, even as high as 10 plus boards tonight for Scotty Barnes against Dallas. So if it gets bumped down to 8, I think I'm jumping on it. As of right now, I'm going to leave it where it's at. Here's a new name that just jumped to the top of the optimizer. Miles Turner at 9.5 rebounds and assists. 55.7% chance that Miles Turner stays under 9.5 rebounds and assists tonight. You're getting true odds of -150 for him to stay under. 55.7% chance. Pretty darn good, as indicated by this lovely green shade that we have here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And by the way, if you want access to this tool, which I absolutely recommend you get access to, there's a link down in the description of today's video. Use that special link, use code Curry, sign up, and go ahead and try out the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Try it for a month, try it for 3 months. I recommend that you give it a little time. Usually like a 1 week access or 1 month access may not be long enough, but 2-3 months, I think you're going to be profiting and it's going to pay for itself over the long haul. But let's look at this Miles Turner play at 9.5 rebounds and assists. Again, we're going to go back to Fantasy Labs, and we're just running the numbers here. Turner's projected for 10.8. So just like I talked about with Scotty Barnes, maybe we wait for the bump down, the inevitable bump down where Turner goes down to 9 rebounds and assists, and then we ride with these strong projections of him going over 9 rebounds and assists. He's at 10.8 right now. 10.8 rebounds and assists going up against the Utah Jazz. As Chris Raptor says, if Walker Kessler is out tonight, well, then maybe Miles Turner's job is a whole lot easier. Who would be in there? It would be Lowry Markkanen. You got John Collins. You got Kelly Olynyk might move into the starting lineup. So Miles Turner might have an easier time pulling in rebounds if Walker Kessler's ruled out. Just something to kind of think about matchup-wise. So good first projection for Turner to go over his rebounds and assists. Wait for this to get bumped down to 9. I think it's going to happen here sooner than later. He's projected for 9.97 rebounds and assists on RotoWire. Taking a look at Line Star. Line Star's got him sitting at a healthy little number as well, from what I remember. Yeah, 9.3. So let's wait for the bump down to 9. Hopefully he does get bumped down to 9. And then we can jump on it for the over or more at 9 rebounds and assists. He's projected for 8.3 boards and another 1.7 dimes, and that's number fire, which puts him at 10 rebounds and assists. So I'm okay with waiting for some of these to bump down. Let's let Scotty Barnes get bumped down to 8. Let's get Miles Turner bumped down to 9. I think that might have just happened, actually. Let me go look. I think Turner might have just gotten bumped down to 9. Let's just double check, because he's no longer at the top of the optimizer. Nope, still at 9.5 rebounds and assists. Interesting. Wonder why he fell off of his perch, his throne at the top of the optimizer. Not quite sure. And then we're waiting on Scotty Barnes. Let's just put these guys in there as placeholders. Scotty Barnes under 8.5 rebounds. So we're waiting for these to both get bumped down, hopefully. We'll see what happens, though. Some really strong projections for both of these guys to go over, but they're being bet under pretty heavily, so we're waiting for the bumps. Let's hope the bumps happen. Anyway, continuing on, Kyle Lowry of the Miami Heat, 3.5 rebounds. Again, another underplay. 54.5% chance that Kyle Lowry goes under 3.5 rebounds. So let's take a look at some projections on Kyle. Let's see if he's projecting for more or less than 3.5 boards. And as is the case with some of these other guys, he is projecting for more than 3.5 rebounds. We saw this with Turner. We saw this with Barnes, where their projections are stronger than a lot of the sportsbook lines. So again, maybe we wait on Kyle Lowry to go under 3.5 boards. We get him at 3 rebounds. Maybe we take the over at 3 rebounds. But yeah, first projection's got him at 4.2. Second projection for Kyle, 4.5 rebounds. 4.58 to be exact. So let's, again, wait and see. Maybe this gets bumped down to 3, and then we take the over at 3. Let's peep Line Star real quick. Line Star's got Lowry at 3.6 boards. I would feel great, better about this if it got bumped down to 3 and we were able to jump on it at more than 3. So a lot of these projections have Lowry pulling in over 3 rebounds tonight. 3.7 here on Number Fire. So we'll monitor this pick as well. We'll see if Lowry gets the old bump treatment at 3.5 rebounds. Right now, it would be an underplay. Right now, these would all be underplays. But we're hoping that Turner gets bumped down to 9, Barnes gets bumped down to 8, and then Lowry gets bumped down to 3, because they're all projected to go over. The optimizer has an under on all 3 of these picks, but if they get bumped down, then we go over. So we'll wait. We'll wait on that. Let's see. What are some other ones that have not been like bumped up or bumped down yet? Like Barnes has been bumped up or down. That's why he's at 14. Same thing with Darius Garland's assists. That's why he's at 7. I'm looking for plays that have not already been bumped up or bumped down. Let's let this refresh. We've got Chet Holmgren at 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Just shot up the optimizer board here at 26.5 PRA. 54.3% chance that Chet Holmgren's going to be an under tonight. Now, the only pending news at this time that we have for the Oklahoma City Thunder is Lou Dort. Lou Dort is questionable to play tonight. Do you guys think that Lou Dort being in, being out is going to be very impactful to a guy like Chet Holmgren? Yay or nay? How important is Lou Dort to Chet Holmgren's success? If he's in, do we go under? If he's out, do we go over on Chet? Or does it not matter at all? Is Lou Dort's status kind of a neutral situation? George says, PrizePicks is in the stream. 2 plays have been bumped or off the board already. Zaire Williams' points and rebounds were bumped, and Porzingis' steals are off the board. Listen, I'm telling you, this is single-handedly the most influential PrizePicks tool that's out there right now. This Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is by far the single-handedly the most influential PrizePicks tool that's out there. That's not me gassing it up. That's not me hyping it up. That's me just stating facts. You guys saw these picks. They were on the board when we started the stream. It's not a coincidence that things get bumped up, bumped down, or removed while we're looking at them live on the stream. It's not a coincidence. It's coming right off of this tool, this page you see in front of you. That's why I tell you guys, maybe you should go out there and sign up for this tool and use it for a little while and see how you like it. The picks are coming right off of the board, right in front of you. I try to tell you guys, this tool is a game changer, point blank, period. Let's look at some of these Denver Nuggets that just popped up. These are new. You got Jokic for more than 22.5 rebounds and assists. You got Gordon for more than 21.5 points and rebounds. You got Jokic for more than 12.5 rebounds. Now, what's going on? Do we have some Denver Nuggets news or something like that? Why are all these Nuggets all of a sudden shooting up the board at 55% or better? Y'all better snipe these, man. I'm just saying, don't wait on me to look up projections. Sometimes you just got to lock and load. When the optimizer refreshes like this, you just got to lock and load these plays in, because the value is going to dissipate quickly. This is going to disappear. Jokic over 22.5 rebounds and assists. That's why we do what we do on these streams, these shows, to find the value before the value gets away from us, man. And when news comes out like Draymond Green, well, you got to jump on it, man. So no Draymond Green for the Golden State Warriors. Here you go. Jokic, 23.6 rebounds and assists, puts him over 22.5. I'm using Steven, I'm using a number of different ones. This is the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer that's putting us on all these plays that you guys are telling me are getting bumped and getting removed as we talk about them. Jokic, rebounds and assists are gone now. You still got his rebounds. According to this, you still have his rebounds at the top of the board at 12.5 for more than 12.5 boards, 55.5%. But this is the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Go to the description of my video. Use that special link in there. Use code Curry when you sign up. And take this tool out on a lovely dinner date. I highly recommend. Yeah, Jokic is getting bumped. I told you it was going to happen. It shot to the top of the board on the optimizer, and then it gets bumped. I mean, that's why you got to be on this tool. You got to be quick with the finger game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you jump to Jokic over 12.5 boards, though. Just a quick projection on that. 14.3 projected rebounds. The line's 12.5. That's almost 2 whole rebounds higher. Now the rebounds are bumped to 13. It's not PrizePicks watching the stream. I'm telling y'all, it's this tool. It's this tool. Now, there is 200 people that are watching me live with this tool pulled up on the screen. So you guys are probably seeing the value as it comes up on the optimizer. You're racing over to the PrizePicks app. You're locking these picks in. And when enough money comes in on these picks, PrizePicks has no choice. They have to do something. They either have to bump it up, bump it down, or remove it off the board altogether. So, I mean, they're going to react. If you guys are seeing the value pop up on the optimizer and you're going out and placing your bets accordingly, they're not just going to sit there and let the floodgates open and let y'all just run the numbers up on these value plays. They're not going to do that. No, they're going to turn the faucet off at some point. So that's what's happening. Valanciunas, 10.5 rebounds, is now an underplay with Zion being ruled out. 54.2% chance that Joe Val goes under 10.4 boards. So let's look at this. He's at 10.2 projected rebounds on Fantasy Labs, putting him under 10.5. He's going up against Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, so he's not going to have the easiest night on the glass tonight. Minnesota's got the Twin Towers in there, and so he'll be duking it out with those guys. Taking a look at another Joe Val rebound projection. For those of you who want to jump on it, just jump on it at under 10.5. It is a plus EV play to take the under. Here's a projection that has him over, though, 10.9 rebounds. And for everybody leaving super chats, guess what? I'm going to get to those. Don't worry. I got your super chats. But there's some line movement and some value that's happening right now on the board. We got to address that, because I want to put you guys on the value picks, the value plays before the value gets away, because it will get away, as we've seen already, right? We've already seen some of this value dry up. Look at Number Fire. They're already trying to adjust their projections accordingly. They got their projections are down right now. They're probably bumping their projections up and down based on the news that's coming out. But yes, Draymond Green ruled out, so that's impacting Golden State Warriors players. That's also impacting players from the other side of that game. Denver Nuggets. I don't have a slip, Jay. We have some picks that we have in here just as placeholders right now. We're not locking this in. I want to repeat, not locking this in. We're waiting for these to hopefully bump down. Turner under 9.5 rebounds and assists. If we get that down to 9, we're going to jump on the over. Barnes, if we get that down to 8 rebounds, we're going to hopefully jump on the over. Lowry, if this goes down to 3 rebounds, then we're going to jump on the over. As of right now, the optimizer says take the under on all of these, but they're all projected to go over their lines on various projection models. So we're hoping that these get bumped down, and then we're gonna jump on the over. So I'm putting these in here because I want to monitor them more than anything. Scotty's gonna go over 8.5 rebounds. He just might. I mean, he's projected to go over, but right now the money's coming in on the under. So why would we go ahead and take Scotty Barnes over 8.5 rebounds when it's not a plus EV play, and we could wait for it to hopefully get bumped down to 8? There's people who are not watching the stream right now that'll probably take this just because it's at the top of the optimizer. They'll just lock and load it. And if enough people lock and load it under 8.5 rebounds and it gets bumped down to 8, then we could take advantage and take the over at 8 boards. So we'll see. We'll see if PrizePicks reacts to this one. If enough people take the under at 8.5, they'll have no choice but to bump this down. Same thing with Lowry. If enough people take the under at 3.5 boards, it'll have to get bumped down to 3. There's just too much juice on these picks on the sports books for PrizePicks to just sit on their hands and do nothing. All right? So we're going to be patient. We're just waiting. While we wait, let's take a look at some of these other ones. Here's one. Shaden Sharp, 5.5 rebounds. Another under. 54.1% chance that he stays under 6 boards tonight. So let's take a look at Shaden Sharp and see how he's projecting on some of these projection models. He's at 5.6. So this might be another one of those situations where we wait. We play the waiting game. We wait for PrizePicks to bump him down from 5.5 boards down to 5. He's projected for 5.3 here on RotoWire. So I wouldn't want to take the over at 5.5, but I would be a buyer at 5 rebounds for the over. That's just me. Looking at another projection here on Shaden Sharp, you've got him at 6.4 projected rebounds. So again, if we get him down to 5, then we get a little bit of that safety net, right? Where it could tie, it could push, he could land on exactly 5. Good projection though at 6.4 rebounds. Let's see if Number Fire's got their projections back online. They don't. So Number Fire's still, I guess, working on projection updates. So if we could get Sharp down to 5 rebounds, then we jump on the over at 5. So let's plug him in just, again, as a placeholder. We're not taking any action right now. Here's what the optimizer is telling you to do on all of these. The optimizer is saying, based on the juice that we're seeing on the sports books, taking the under on Turner at 9.5 rebounds and assists, the under on Barnes at 8.5 boards, the under on Lowry at 3.5 boards, and the under on Sharp at 5.5 boards is the plus EV way to take these. But we have projections on all 4 of these from like 4 different models that say take the over on all of these picks. So let's see if these get bumped down, and then we take advantage and we can jump on the over. 195 people watching, 76 likes. There's an opportunity here for you guys to hit that like button. We've got to close that gap, guys. We got to close that gap. Let's get it up to 100 likes. I'm putting you guys on some fantastic value this morning, this afternoon. So far, finding some good value plays. Benedict Maan sitting here at 3.5 rebounds. 53.92% chance that Benedict Maan stays under 3.5 boards. So let's run the projections on Benedict Maan real quick. Let's see if he's projected for more or less. Here we go. We got another case of the projection models loving the over on Benedict Maan at 3.5. He's projected for 4 rebounds here. We take a peek at RotoWire. RotoWire's got him at 4.5 rebounds. So both he and Turner are projecting to go over rebounds and assists. But the way the juice is flowing on these sports books, they're saying you should take the under here. Now here is an under projection on Maan, 2.9 rebounds. So again, if we could get this guy down to 3 rebounds, I would feel more comfortable taking the over at 3. Maybe he ends up with about 3 rebounds tonight and not 4. But at least you get the safety net of the tie or the push in that case. Number Fire's projections still down. They must be reacting in real time to the news of Draymond Green, Zion Williamson being ruled out. Those are the big pieces of news so far for those of y'all who are just joining. So we'll put Mathurin in there again as a placeholder. Not Gordon Hayward, Mathurin. Mathurin under 3.5 boards. So if we can get these guys to bump down, I don't know if it'll happen during the stream. I don't know if it'll happen later on in the evening. But if any of these bump down by 0.5 point, I say we spring for the over on all these because they're all projecting to go over for the most part. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's keep looking. Cancel the slip? Cancel what slip? Oh, was there more news that came out? Cam Johnson's out? Cam Johnson is out. Let's see. Refreshing the Underdog news feed here. I don't see anything about Cam Johnson. I see Keldon Johnson. Nothing about Cam. Maybe he's just not noteworthy. Reverse the optimizer? You could. I mean, you could go against the odds, essentially, go against the sports books. I'm going to wait and hope that people who aren't watching this but are using the optimizer, I hope they drive all these lines down. I hope they see unders for all of these picks that we have loaded up here. And I hope that they drive these lines down by 0.5 point, because then I will reverse all of these picks, essentially. I don't want to take them right now. But if you have some big cojones on you, you could go ahead and take them right now. I'm going to wait for all these to get bumped, hopefully. Cam's been out the past couple of days. Okay, so Cam's not really I mean, I guess that we kind of expected Cam Johnson to be out. Is that what you're saying? We are at a stock exchange. That's exactly what this is all about. I mean, we're reacting to news in the NBA player prop market in real time. We're trading here. We're trading on these picks. That's exactly a real comparison. Yep. I really think there's only, it's just a matter of time before the Scotty Barnes gets bumped. I hope he gets bumped down to 8. We'll see what happens, though. Let's see what else we got here. How about Kyrie Irving at 6.5 assists for the under? 53.8% chance that Kyrie does not have 7 assists tonight. So let's run the projections, run the numbers on Kyrie Irving. And I'm going to keep refreshing the projection models because I want the latest and greatest data and info for these different projection models. So let's look at Kyrie. He's at exactly 6.5 assists on Fantasy Labs. Doesn't really help us, doesn't really swing our decision one way or the other. It's right in line with his line on PrizePicks at 6.5. Let's refresh RotoWire. RotoWire's got Kyrie Irving at just 5.3 assists. So he's at 6.5 on one projection, 5.3 on another projection. So far, nothing at like 7 or more as far as these projection models go, right? So the under looking like a pretty good play on Kyrie. 7.8 on Line Star puts him over 6.5. See if Number Fire's got their projections back up yet. They do not. Number Fire projections are still down. Still down. Let me see. We've also got Betting Pros. I don't talk enough about Betting Pros, but Betting Pros has free projections for player props as well. So let's see if they've got anything on Kyrie Irving. They got a nice little search function. So you just punch his name in, and you come down here and you see he's projected for 5.7 assists. 5.7 dimes on a line of 6.5. So most or the majority of these projection models have Kyrie under 6.5 assists. So you could go ahead and potentially take this one. Here's a play that I took earlier in the day. Let me show you guys. I actually paired it up with the Anthony Edwards taco. So I took Anthony Edwards over 21.5 points against New Orleans tonight. Kyrie Irving under 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's first half only. First half only. Let me show you why I took that if it hasn't been bumped down yet. Go to the PRA section, type in Kyrie's name. Boom. You got him at 15.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. So I'm going to go over to PropStatCash. Let me refresh this. Kyrie's actually been low-key not that good in the first half with PRA. With fantasy score, better hit rates on his over for the fantasy score. But I'm talking about points, rebounds, and assists first half only at 15.5. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick using Props.Cash. If you're not using Props.Cash yet, code Curry, save 25% on your first month of Props.Cash. Really good tool though. Let me show you why I like this tool. Because for categories and markets like first half, or maybe you're playing first quarter or second half, these tools are awesome. These tools are game changers. So here's what you do. You go to props.cash, you pull up a player, whatever player you want. In this case, Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavs. You click on this season just to look at this season's game logs, right? And then you have this interval category right here. You change the interval from full game to first half only. And then you could see how Kyrie has performed at 15.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. He's gone over in every game so far. Now, will the streak continue? I don't know. I don't know if it'll continue or not. You don't know. I don't know, right? But what I do know is that Toronto's defense has been pretty damn good this season. They're giving up the 5th fewest points allowed at just 111.4. The 10th fewest rebounds allowed to opposing teams at 42.3. Now, they do give up a healthy amount of assists. They don't rank well there. But points and rebounds, pretty stingy team. And so Kyrie is 0 for 5 on his first half points, rebounds, and assists line of 15.5. And he's going up against a pretty tough team in the Toronto Raptors. So I took this one. So this might be a play that you want to put on your radar tonight. Has not gotten bumped down yet. But if you want to go full game, Kyrie under 6.5 assists, that's a move you can make. He's projecting under on most sites. Or if you're looking to make a first half only entry, think about Kyrie Irving for less than 15.5 first half PRA. Like I said, his fantasy score, he's actually hit that in a couple of the games thus far. But the PRA he has not hit. He's averaging just 10.8 points, rebounds, and assists, and his line's 15.5. So this might be an opportunity for us to kind of take advantage of. So shout out to Props.Cash for making this first half research easier on us. Now, they don't only do first half. Like I said, they have second half numbers. Now, Kyrie in the second half, if you could get this at about 15.5 second half PRA, Kyrie in the second half, a different beast than Kyrie in the first half. You could see at 15.5 second half points, rebounds, and assists, his lines shoot up quite a bit. Lots of green, all green, in fact. So it's like a tale of two halves. First half, all red. Second half, all green. But Props.Cash gives you access to first half, second half, also first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter prop markets too. So all the research right here in Props.Cash. So that's why I recommend this as a great tool. So There you go. There's a couple of options for you on Kyrie Irving. Either the under at 6.5 assists or the under on his first half PRA at 15.5. Take whichever one you like. But I caught wind of him going under his first half PRA. Hopefully it continues tonight against a tough Toronto Raptors squad. Good defensive team. For now, we'll just leave the full game assists in there since we're looking to build out like a full game entry. Let's go back to the optimizer and see what's crack-a-lacking over there. Appreciate all 101 likes that you guys left me, 198 people watching. Are you guys getting any value out of this? Entertainment value? Informational value? Let me know by hitting a like. Let me know in the comment section in the live stream. Here's one that just popped up that we have not looked at yet. Victor Wembanyama. Points and rebounds, 27.5. 54.7% chance that Victor Wembanyama will clear 27.5. Todd says, yes, always, CJ. Appreciate you, Todd. Good to see you here, by the way. I'll get to your super chats here momentarily. Appreciate y'all holding on. But Wemby, over 27.5 points and rebounds, almost a 55% chance that Wembanyama goes over his PR line tonight. So let's take a look at Victor Wembanyama real quick. First projection has him at 27.7, a little bit higher than his line. Not much, but a little. Points and rebounds projection on RotoWire has him at 27, close to the 27.5, but just a little bit under. Here we've got Wembanyama, points and rebounds at 30.7. I don't know. Oh, wait, yeah, there we go. 30.7, so a big projected over. According to the line star folks, they like him to go over 27.5. And then number fire still down. I'm assuming, again, that they're updating their projections based on the news that has come out thus far. But Wembanyama, look at it. He's gone. We literally were just talking about him. And then 90 seconds later, the tool refreshes and Wembanyama's gone. Now, why is he gone? Probably because he got bumped. Let's go look at it. Yep. He's now 28.5 points and rebounds. I'm telling you, if you're quick enough, this daily grind fantasy optimizer tool will get you in on these picks and plays before these lines get bumped. So hopefully you sniped it. As soon as I said it, hopefully you just ran and you took it. I mean, if you're quick enough, you can get some nice value in. Now, what if we wanted to pivot off of this, now that it's been bumped up, to something like maybe his PRA at 30.5? Is that a good look? It could be a good pivot play for us. Let's take a peek. He's at 30.5 pretty much on all the sports books, but here's a projection of just 29.8. So that's a little underweight. His projection for PRA over on RotoWire, 30.1. So yeah, I would say that the PR was the move. I can see why it got bumped like it did. Wall Street optimizer, absolutely. I mean, we're day trading. We're essentially like day trading stocks, but for our intents and purposes, they are player prop stocks. Some of these ones that we talked about at the start of the show are still holding strong. They have not been bumped down yet. Scotty Barnes under 8.5 boards. Kyle Lowry under 3.5 boards, right? We were looking at those, hoping they get bumped down by a half a point. Shaden Sharp under 5.5 boards. Still waiting on him to get bumped down. Kyrie at 6.5 assists. We don't really have to wait on that one. We can take the under at 6.5. In fact, I've already got him in here for less than 6.5 assists. That's not one that we're waiting on bumping down because he is projecting to go under 6.5 assists. Kevin Durant under 7.5 rebounds has not been mentioned yet. 53.8% chance that KD stays under 7.5 boards. Let's check out some projections for Durant. You're right, Todd. That's probably what will happen. I think we're influencing the lines in real time, you and I together, me and you, the viewer, with the help of the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and these projections. I think there's a reason why some of these lines haven't gotten bumped down yet, because the 190 to the 200 people that are watching this, you guys aren't rushing out there because you've been armed with the information that what looks like an under bet, according to the optimizer, may not be the best, because we looked at the projections and kind of added another layer of research to our process. But here you go. Back to KD. 7.1 projected rebounds on a line of 7.5. A lot of juice coming in on the under, and in this case, he's projected under. So that's what I like to see. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the optimizer to tell me, am I taking the over, am I taking the under? And then I'm looking for projection models on multiple sites that agree with the optimizer. That's just kind of my process. It's like a two-step process. So the first projection for KD, 7.1 rebounds, which is obviously an under. Second projection for KD, we've got him at 7.7. That's close to 7.5. So one under, one over thus far. He's down at 6 rebounds on Line Star, putting him well under that 7.5 marker. So 2 unders, 1 over. Again, number fire still down and out right now. But let's reference Betting Pros. So Number Fire free site, Betting Pros is also a free site where you can get some projections and include those projections in your process. Now, KD's projecting for 8.1 rebounds here on Betting Pros. So now you've got 2 projected overs, 2 projected unders. So for me, I'm just going to leave this one alone. Too much conflicting information on Kevin Durant's rebounds for me. I'm not going to take that one. All right, we'll let the optimizer continue to refresh its thing and do its thing in the background. Are elite entry picks done off of this research? I can't speak for everyone. I don't know. I mean, elite entries is open to the entire community in our private Discord, our Dub Club. Anybody can post their entries in there. I don't know if everybody's using the same tools that I'm using, so I can't say for sure that is true or false. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm showing you what I put into the research process. I mean, I've got access to premium projection models on Fantasy Labs. I've got access to premium projection models on RotoWire, access to premium projection models on Line Star. So I include all of these in my research. I got access to premium projection models on FTN, premium projection models on props.cash. So I put all that information and I take all that into consideration in my research process. I don't know if that's true for everyone. Here's another one that just popped up. You're getting some Lakers unders right now. LeBron James under 9 rebounds, 55.8% chance. Just go snipe these, man. I'm telling you, take them because they're going to get bumped down real soon. D'Angelo Russell's PRA under 25.5. These will get bumped. Watch. If they're not already bumped, they will get bumped. Let's go to D'Angelo Russell PRA real quick. 25.5 for the under. See how quick. Let's see how quick PrizePicks is to bump these. LeBron under 9 boards, right? 2 out of the 3 top plays on the optimizer. Now you could run out and you could take these sight unseen. In other words, without taking into consideration any projections, or we could look at them real quick. LeBron, 9.2 rebounds. So that could tie or push. Taking a look at D'Angelo Russell real quick. Russ is at 26.3 PRA. So he's actually projected to go over 25.5. So what are y'all going to do? You going to take the over or the under here? Let's wait for it to bump down, and then we could just take the over. LeBron's at 8.96 rebounds, putting him like right at that 9 number. D'Angelo Russell's PRA is at 26.29. So let them take the under at 25.5 PRA. Hopefully, like some of the other picks we discussed earlier, they get bumped down. I would love to take D'Angelo Russell over 25 PRA, being that he's projected for over 25 PRA against Houston. So I would love for this to bump down to 25 points, rebounds, and assists. So we'll see what happens. We'll monitor it. Rui Hachimura is available. That's why the unders are coming in. Nice, nice. Jim, the bot that monitors the live chat will block your comment. I can still see it, but it will be blocked from everyone else if you use all caps like that. So I know you're excited. You're saying LeBron under on rebounds is a terrible bet, it looks like. Well, as Chris Raptor is informing us, Rui Hachimura is available. That's why these underplays are bubbling up, because they expect Rui to play. So if Rui plays, you could expect maybe less minutes, smaller roles for LeBron, Russell, etc. That's why the market's reacting like they are to that news. So I hear you. You do you then, Jim. Don't take it. Don't take the under at 9 rebounds. Listen, I'm not here to talk anybody out of anything. If you feel convicted, if you feel strongly about a certain play, look, here's another one. LeBron points and rebounds are now under 34.5 because of the Rui Hachimura news. I'm just saying, the market's reacting in real time right now to the news that comes out. No, it's not me. Don't trust me. I ain't nobody. I don't know anything. And if anybody was being honest with you, they would tell you too that they don't know anything. Nobody knows what's going to happen tonight. Nobody knows. We're just using data. So it's not me. We're reading the same thing off the same screen. It's not me. I don't know shit. I'm not a psychic. I can't predict the future. I'm not Nostradamus or anything like that. We're just looking at the data in real time. Like Chris Raptor said, it's kind of like stock market trading. It ain't me. I'm no one. I pretend I don't exist. I'm just the narrator. I'm the guy giving you the news, okay? But these Lakers props are rising to the top of the board for a reason. They're rising to the top of the optimizer for a reason. D'Angelo Russell, 25.5 PRA, is now all the way at the top. LeBron James, under 34.5 points and rebounds. They're rising to the top of the board because people are reacting to the Rui Hachimura news. They expect that if Hachimura is playing, then it's not going to be good news for LeBron or Russell, right? Russell's still projecting at 26.3 points, rebounds, and assists. He's still projected to go over. Will these projections change? Most likely toward the end of the night, the projections will change. So I make data-driven decisions. Not everybody does. Some people, they, think they know ball, and they're just going off of, I don't know, their knowledge of ball. They're like, I know ball, and this is what's going to happen tonight. And then, 100 days later, you ask them, how much do you know ball now? And they're like, they've deposited 30, 40 times on PrizePicks, $20 here, $20 there. Their knowledge of ball will lose, I think, over the long haul. Their knowledge of ball will lose to these super sharp lines makers on the sports book. That's just me, though. That's what I think will happen. They will end up being losing bettors. Those ball knowers, I think, will lose over the long haul. Dave Gutierrez, let's get to some of these super chats. Jordan Poole over 4.5 assists. No Draymond Green tonight. So I don't know if Poole's still pooling. Oh, what am I talking about? Poole's not even with the Wizards anymore. The F? I forgot. Poole is a Wizard now. But you're liking Jordan Poole over 4.5 assists. Damn, I got caught up in last season for a minute. See, I don't know ball. I don't know shit. Jordan Poole, 4.5 assists. You're wanting to take the under, but hey, or you're wanting to take the over, but he is an underplay for the optimizer. But it's not a big, strong underplay. The optimizer has him at 50.6%. 50.6%. So that's almost a coin flip, Dave. He's saying that the Charlotte Hornets are 5th in assists allowed to point guards. But would you call Jordan Poole the true point guard on the Washington Wizards? Because to me, he's more of the shooting guard, the off guard. I know you're thinking Poole, but what about Tyus Jones? Maybe he's the better option. Is he in tonight? Or, I mean, he's playing, right? Tyus Jones, that could be another play. He's at 6.5 assists now, slightly slightly an EV play, plus EV play for over 6.5 assists, 50.4% chance that he goes over. But maybe it's the Tyus Jones assist that we should be looking at, not the Jordan Poole. Poole's looking to get buckets. I don't know that he's looking to get dimes. Now, Poole's got the lower line for a reason because, like I said, he's more of the scorer on the team. But let's look at both. So Poole's projected assists, 4.3. Whereas Tyus Jones is at 6.9, which puts him a little bit over the 6.5 marker. So just according to the projections here, Tyus Jones projected more favorably to go over his assist line than Poole is, right? Just something to kind of consider. Let's also take a look here at RotoWire. RotoWire's got Poole sitting at 4.4 assists, so really, really tough projections for Jordan Poole. But Tyus Jones on the other side, 6.3 in this case, on a line of 6.5. So we'll just have to see, how it all plays out. We could go to LineStar and just kind of look at both players on LineStar. Both of these projections and lines seem to be very razor sharp, though. Not seeing a big advantage projection versus line on either one. Poole projected for 4 assists on LineStar. Tyus Jones projected for 5.2 assists on LineStar. So, I don't know, man. Not loving it. And NumberFire's still down. Damn, NumberFire. Come back to us, NumberFire. We need you. Yeah, so I don't know. That is something to consider, that the Hornets are 5th in assists allowed to point guards. But who's the point guard? I guess going back to that question. I think Tyus Jones is the point guard. Tyus is projected for 7.7 assists on Betting Pros. So they got him going over. Whereas Poole, he's projected for 5.2 assists. So Betting Pros has both players going over their assist lines. But that's why I check more than one projection model, right? Each model a little different. They're tuned and tweaked just a little different. And so I like to kind of look for an aggregate number, an average essentially of all these different sites and their projections. So I don't think I'll be taking Jordan Poole. All right, look what happened here. While we were looking at these assist props for the Wizards, I'm blocking it, but D'Angelo Russell was bumped down. There we go. Let me get me off the screen for a sec. D'Angelo Russell was bumped down a full point, rebound, and assist. LeBron James was bumped down a half a rebound. So who was it that was loving the LeBron James rebounds? Was that Jim? Jimmy? Jim, if you were loving LeBron James over 9 rebounds, well, have I got a deal for you. LeBron is now at 8.5 rebounds. And you could take the over at a 0.5 rebound discount. He's been discounted. Why pay more when you can pay less? Am I right? So if you're really loving LeBron over rebounds, you can get him down at 8.5 now. D'Angelo Russell, we talked about him. Before the bump, he was projecting over. Now he's been bumped all the way down to 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Going up against the Houston Rockets. Yes, Rui Hachimura is expected to play for LA tonight. That is why D'Angelo Russell and LeBron James have received the bumps that they have. Because Rui might impact those guys in their minutes and their production. But perhaps D'Angelo Russell at 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists, perhaps now he's an overplay. Look at these other Lakers unders that are now bubbling up on the board. Austin Reeves, under 19.5 PR. Austin Reeves, under 20.5 PA. D'Angelo Russell again for under 18.5 points and rebounds. You now have LeBron James for under 25.5. Even the Houston Rockets are being impacted by some of this news. Alperen Şengün, some unders on him, PRA. RA. All right? So that's what happens. News breaks, people rush out, and they start betting accordingly. Okay? So lines are changing in real time. Hell, maybe LeBron does go over 8.5 rebounds. We just don't know. They pulled LeBron's fantasy score off the board. Tari Eason is back for Houston. There you go. So the news is definitely impacting the lines right here, right now. So I think I'll wait, for some of this news these projection models will be updating. Let's see if D'Angelo Russell has changed at all. D'Angelo Russell's still sitting strong here at 26.3 points, rebounds, and assists. So maybe at 24.5, you jump on the over, being that he's projected for 26.3. Bradley, when do the picks typically come out? I wait till about 5 p.m. Eastern time because by then a lot of news has already kind of settled. Now in that last hour, that window of 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time, there's still a lot of news that breaks during that time. But I try to wait till closer to tip to make any decisions because as you're seeing here, you jump on stuff too early, then news comes out, and then you're left with your ass out in the cold. You know what I'm saying? What other super chats do we have here? Anthony Ruiz says he's just here for the comments, and he's here for Joel Embiid over 46 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, you snuck that in there. He started out saying, I'm just here for the comments. And then he sneaks in a pick at the end. All right, cool. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Joel Embiid, the process, right? You're liking him for more than 46 points, rebounds, and assists today. Let's see if you're on to something here. Maybe you got a good one on the hook. We'll go to his PRA. His PRA line, 50% for the over and 49.9% for the under. So is it a plus EV play? I mean, technically, yes, it is for the over, but not by much. I mean, it's kind of more of like a coin flip, a 50-50 ball for Embiid points, rebounds, and assists. But let's see if we can be swayed one way or the other on the over, on the under for this particular line. He is going up against Boston. I will tell you this. In the past, Joel Embiid versus Al Horford, for whatever reason, Al Horford has given Joel Embiid problems. I don't know if they're planning on starting Kristaps Porzingis against Embiid. If they are, I'm a little bit worried for KP6 in that matchup. I think you're going to see a little more Al Horford tonight on Embiid because, again, Embiid has struggled in the past against Al Horford. Just a little bit. I'm not saying he's shutting Joel Embiid down or anything like that, but historically speaking, Embiid's numbers haven't been out of this world against Horford for the most part. Let me see if I can, I like to fact check myself. So let me look at something real quick. Joel Embiid, points plus rebounds plus assists versus Al Horford logs. Let me see if StatMuse can give us some information here. So he's at how much? 46 PRA. Got a lot of unders in here. Here, the last time he played him was April 4th, 2023. He did put up 71 in that one. The game before that, he put 58. Like I said, he's not going to get shut down by any means. But the previous 4 games, 46 PRA, that would be a tie or push. 34, 44, 37. So he held him in check in those 4 games. Did Al Horford. He did have 63 PRA against him. 40, 35, 30, 28. So Horford, I don't know if he's going to be seeing a lot of Embiid tonight. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. If I was Boston, I'd throw Al Horford on Embiid. I wouldn't let Kristaps Porzingis try to guard Joel Embiid personally, but we'll see what the Boston Celtics plan on doing tonight. Is it a slam dunk? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that it's a slam dunk play. He is projected for 48.2 PRA, though. Let's also check where he's at on RotoWire. You do this for a while, and you start picking up on some of these little historical trends, like the Siakam-Embiid matchup. Those guys always tend to bring the best out of each other. Embiid versus Horford, always Al Horford seems to do a pretty good job for most part on Joel Embiid. 43 points, rebounds, and assists is the projection for Joel Embiid here. So you got one projected over, one under. Check out Line Star on Embiid real quick. We got 14 NBA games tonight, guys. 14 games. So if you're not loving anything, I would say don't take it unless you absolutely love it. Here's a 49.8 PRA projection for Embiid, provided by Line Star. Is Number Fire back up yet? There we go. Number Fire's finally back up. Number Fire decided they wanted to come back and join us. So let's look at Embiid's projections there. 29 points. Plus 10.4 boards, plus 6 assists, and then you got 45.4, which is close to the 46, but close don't cut it unless it's horseshoes or hand grenades. So I think I'll probably sit out on that Embiid play. But you know, you're now armed with a little bit more information on it. Now you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, Ruiz. Research Prevail says 4 more likes for 100. I think we got it. Yeah, we're at 107, but there's still about 83 of you who haven't hit the like button yet, and I really don't know what you're waiting for. I mean, this live stream, this show oozes information, oozes value. Thank you for subscribing, Reggie Black. Appreciate it. We're at 10,784 subs. Oh, somebody just unsubscribed about 10 seconds ago. We were at 10,785. Now we're at 10,784. Don't break my heart like that. I'm too fragile for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button now. Appreciate you guys. D'Angelo says, Derek Lively, rebounds, or points and rebounds for the over. He's also liking some Desmond Bane. Let's look at both of those. Derek Lively, either the rebounds or the points and rebounds. Okay. So it looks like the points and rebounds has been tampered with. It's either been bumped down from 15.5 or bumped up from 14.5. Oh, look at that. We went back up to 10,785. You guys are going to keep playing with my emotions on those subscriptions, aren't you? Lively sitting at 6.5 rebounds. So either way here, you got two different ways that D'Angelo's liking some Derek Lively tonight, both overs. And then he's also liking Desmond Bane over on his assists. Let's see what that number's sitting at. 4.5 going up against the Haitians of Miami. Miami Heat. So let's take a look at these. Kyrie still sitting strong at the under 6.5 assists. Has not been bumped down yet. Interesting. Starting off with Derek Lively. Oh, wait, before we do that, here you go. Quick value update. Victor Wembanyama under 28.5 points and rebounds. Victor Wembanyama under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Your top two plays on the optimizer right now. Here's the refresh. Oh, and they're gone. They're gone. Wembanyama's gone. That's how it goes sometimes. Derek Lively's rebounds, 6.5, 51.1% chance that he's going over. His points and rebounds at 15, it's coin flip. 50.1% chance he goes under, 49.89% chance that he goes over. So pull out your favorite coin and flip it and make your decision on Derek Lively's points and rebounds that way. Essentially, that's what the odds are telling us, that it's a 50-50, almost a 50-50 chance that he goes over or under tonight. Now, we can possibly shift things into our favor by looking at some projections on Derek Lively, and we'll do that. Starting with his rebounds, he's projected for exactly 6.5 boards. His line is 6.5. His points and rebounds projected for 12.6 on a line of 15. This could be good value. Against the Toronto Raptors, Jakob Poeltl. Pascal Siakam in that front court. You've also got Scotty Barnes, who rebounds really well for a small forward, we'll call him. So maybe Lively doesn't see quite as many points and rebounds tonight. We know Luka's going to get his. As far as rebounds go, Luka's always up there around 8 to 10 rebounds per game. So the projection model's not big on Derek Lively today. Not for the points and rebounds. The rebounds would probably be maybe the better way to go at 6.5. A little closer projection there. Let's look at RotoWire, excuse me. 13.79 on Lively, putting him under 15 by quite a bit. But once again, the rebounds are shining a little bit. 6.9. 6.9 rebounds on a line of 6.5. I mean, so based on what I'm seeing, I would say if you're taking the over on anything Derek Lively, maybe it should be the boards. 7.8 projected rebounds on LineStar. LineStar also has Derek Lively for about 17 points in rebounds. Okay. So you're kind of getting the idea here, right? With Lively, what maybe you should be doing. 7.5 projected rebounds on Numberfire as well. So for me, I would take the boards. I would leave the points and rebounds. We'll see what happens. That's just what I'm seeing. Desmond Bane's at 4.5 assists. You were liking him to go over 4.5 tonight. Let's go check out some Desmond Bane dimes real quick. Appreciate all 190 of you watching. Appreciate all 107 likes. Appreciate all 10,786 subscribers. I do this daily, y'all. I get on here. I help you guys find value on PrizePicks. And boy, have we found our fair share of value. Now, that value doesn't last forever. Get used to being quick with the trigger if you're playing on PrizePicks, because the stuff will get bumped down, bumped up, get removed in some cases. Here's Desmond Bane at 4.5 assists. 52.2% chance that Desmond Bane drops 5 or more assists tonight against the Heat. So let's take a closer look at that one. We'll run it through the different projection models and see kind of where things land, where Desmond Bane sits. 4.9 assists puts him close to the magical 5 number. You're looking for 5 out of Bane tonight. So that one's a good one. 5.3 projected assists, putting him over, again, 5 assists. 2 for 2 on the overs thus far. Desmond Bane, only 4 assists, according to LineStar. They don't think he's going to get that 5 assist number. But Numberfire does have him at 5 assists. So that's 3 out of 4 models. The majority, have Desmond Bane going over 4.5 assists. Let's just for fun, let's check another one. Betting Pros. Betting Pros has Desmond Bane at 4.3, really close to 4.5. So yeah, out of those picks that you left, I think I like the Derek Lively one over 6.5 rebounds the best. I don't think I'm going to touch the points and rebounds over. But I think the Bane one is probably playable too, over 4.5 assists. I mean, I could see a situation where defensively they look to take Bane out of the game and maybe he's forced to pass a little bit more. Maybe he's not doing as much bucket getting. Maybe he's doing more dime dropping. Just saying. That could be a thing. Appreciate the super chat though, D'Angelo. Nonetheless, appreciate that. Let's see. What else we got? What are the locks? Styles P. He's one of them. Sheik Luch. That's the second lock. And the third, of course, is Jada Kiss. Jada. Those are the 3 locks, forever and always. Shout out to the locks. Some stuff just got removed. Why did that happen, guys? What Dallas Mavericks news just came out? Why did they just remove both of our Dallas Mavericks picks, Kyrie Irving and Derek Lively? Why'd they do that? Somebody tell me, please, what just happened? I just refreshed. I don't see any Dallas Mavericks on here. Why did that just happen, though? Why'd they take the Mavs away from us? Derek Lively's gone. Kyrie's gone. Derek Lively's now questionable. Oh, boy. I don't see that on here. But, hey, maybe that just came out. Maybe that's brand new. Well, damn. So much for that, huh? It was nice knowing you, Derek Lively. Maybe tonight is not Derek Lively's night. He's sick. Oh, boy, he's sick. Derek Lively's sick. Hate to hear it. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Maybe that helps somebody on the other side of that game. I mean, they were already down Maxi Kleber. Maybe it's going to be a Dwight Powell kind of night at center. Gary Payton, the second, is now questionable. Word. Say word, son. Good to know. I don't know that that changes much for us, but good to know. Trey Prince says, I already went under on Pascal Siakam. Hey, Trey Prince, stand on that, man. 10 toes down. Maybe you're right. Maybe that was the move, taking the under on Siakam. Constant Dew Drinker says, my will to live is now questionable. For some reason, I think you're going to be all right. You're going to be just fine, my friend. Stay with us. Stay with us. Because you know Mountain Dew is going to come out with a new flavor, and you can't drink Mountain Dew if you're not with us. How can you be Constant Dew Drinker when you're 6 feet under the ground, man? I have a feeling you'll hold on for that new Mountain Dew flavor to drop. You'll be all right. Stay with us. What else we got here? I'm waiting for this optimizer here. I'm seeing a bunch of fantasy scores up on the board right now. Constant Dew Drinker, man. What is life? You know, what is life? Fantasy scores. If you guys are interested in some fantasy scores, here's your top fantasy score options. Mitchell Robinson under 27.5. LeBron under 46. Jalen Green under 31. Davion Mitchell under 22. Drew Holiday under 30. DeAnthony Melton under 21. So those are some of your top fantasy score options. So what this does is it goes out and looks at the different sports books, the different player prop markets and lines. And it tells you whether or not you should be taking the over or under based on how people are betting those different lines. We got a couple of additional super chats to take a look at. Hopefully they don't bump these like or take them off the board like they've done everything else. The first one's Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam's PA, which stands for points and assists. 23.5 is the line. Is this a plus EV play for the over? Slightly, yes. Not strongly, but slightly, yes. He's at 50.39% to go over. Are there stronger plus EV plays? Absolutely. This one just slightly more better than a coin flip. Now, let's look at some projections on this one. Maybe that will help persuade us to go over or under. The first one, 22.6 points and assists, would suggest we take the under on 23.5 for Pascal Siakam. Here's some other concerning news for Siakam. FanDuel's got him down at 22.5 points and assists. So if you're thinking about taking the over on Pascal Siakam at 23.5, think twice. Think a little harder. He's not projecting well at 22.6. He's also a whole point and assist lower on FanDuel, which means they're lines makers. They get paid a lot of money to set the lines that they set. They think Siakam's going to end up at 22 or 23 points and assists. Now, last time I checked, 22 and 23 points and assists are less than 23.5. So just be careful taking the over. If you want to take it on your favorite sports book because you're getting minus 110 odds on the over and that gets you a little bit better payout, hey, do that. Take it there. If you want to take it over 23.5 points and assists on Hot Streak, where they give you a multiplier, a higher multiplier for your payout, or Sleeper, where they give you a higher multiplier on your payout. Well, take it there. Don't take it on PrizePicks. Don't take it on Underdog. There's no reason to. You don't get paid anymore if it hits. There's no bonus for you taking the extra inherent risk of taking the over on something that's being bet under on the sports books. So don't do that on PrizePicks. Don't take this play on PrizePicks is what I'm telling you. He's projected for 22.6 though. Important that you know that. 25.5 on RotoWire. They got him going over 23.5. So you got one under, one over. Line Stars got him all the way down at 21.4 points and assists. So that's 2 unders to 1 over. Here you've got him at 17.5 points plus another 5.2 dimes, which puts him at 22.7. So that's 3 unders on Pascal Siakam's points and assists line at 23.5. So again, I caution you on Pascal Siakam over 23.5 points and assists. If you take it on PrizePicks, maybe once. Do so sparingly. I wouldn't go crazy on that. I wouldn't even take it. I'm not taking it on PrizePicks. So if you care what I am doing with it, then I'm telling you I'm not taking it. Dude's back. Dude's back with the super chat. Dude has Curry over 4.5 rebounds. And Dude's got Paul George over 8.5. There's no way Paul George is at 8.5 rebounds. What is that? Is that rebounds and assists? Dude? Curry over 4.5 rebounds. Let's go look at these real quick. You telling me, you mean to tell me Paul George is at 8.5 rebounds? Can't be. That's got to be rebounds and assists, right? Yeah, rebounds and assists. All right, so Dude's liking both of these over. Let's see if Dude's on some winning picks or if Dude, like Siakam, might want to think twice, might want to pump the brakes a little bit. So we already mentioned Draymond Green's going to be out for Golden State tonight. Now Gary Payton II is questionable. So does that mean more rebounds for the GOAT, Steph Curry, the point GOAT? Possibly. Let's go see if it's a plus EV play or not. Dude, here's what I'll tell you. 53.6% chance that Steph Curry goes under 4.5 rebounds, not over, under. Now, why is that an under play? Well, because the optimizer has went out to these sports books like FanDuel, where he's a minus 136 betting favorite to go under, minus 140 on Barstool to go under, minus 140 on BetMGM to go under, minus 137 on Caesars to go under. It's looking at all those lines and it's telling you that, hey, people are smacking unders on Steph Curry's rebounds at 4.5. So, dude, be careful. Be careful with Steph Curry over 4.5 rebounds because he is projecting to go, well, he is being bet under 4.5 rebounds. He is projecting, however, to go over 4.5 rebounds. So maybe, dude, like some of the picks we talked about at the start of the show, we wait for Steph Curry to get bumped down to 4 rebounds. Maybe he ends up at 4 rebounds and then we jump on the over at 4 boards because he is projected for 6.4 boards. That's Fantasy Lab saying that, okay? RotoWire is saying he's projected for 5.7 boards. Now that's more than 4.5, but I wouldn't take this again on PrizePicks because PrizePicks is a fixed payout format. So if you could take it on Sleeper, maybe you play on Sleeper, and you have a higher multiplier because it's not considered a plus EV play, maybe you take it over on Sleeper or Hot Streak or a sports book. Fliff, I think Fliff could be another option for you to take it on Fliff, but I wouldn't take it on PrizePicks unless it gets down to 4 rebounds. If it gets down to 4 rebounds, then we jump on the over, dude. But he is projected over quite big overs, I would say, on 2 different models, Fantasy Labs and RotoWire. He's also at 4.3 rebounds here on Line Star. So I would want him at 4 rebounds to go over. I don't know that I want him at 4.5. 5.9 projected rebounds on Number Fire. So if I could get him at 4, I'd be happy with that. At 4.5, not on PrizePicks. Take him somewhere else. All right. Now, dude's also got Paul George lined up here. PG for over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Let's look at that one. Obviously, James Harden joined the team recently, changing the dynamic, changing the makeup, changing some of the roles and responsibilities of these different players who are on the Clippers. Let's quickly look at Paul George rebounds and assists first and foremost. Is it on the board here? I'm not even seeing Paul George. Oh, yeah, there it is. So he's about a 51% to go over. 50.79% to be exact, to go over 8.5 rebounds and assists. So is it a plus EV play? Yeah. Is it the highest plus EV Paul George play? No, far from it. But it's a play. It is a plus EV play, meaning people are betting the over on the rebounds and assists more than the under. Now, taking a look at the projections for Paul George, 9.2 is your first projection, putting him over the 8.5. Okay. Second projection for PG 13, 9.92. 9.92. 130 likes. Boy, I just had to refresh the stream. Good job, guys. Appreciate y'all. So 2 projected overs for Paul George. Let's take a look at another one here. PG's rebounds and assists, 10.1 on Line Star. So 3 for 3 on Paul George projected overs. And then he's at 10.9, and that is Number Fire giving us that. So there you go. It's about damn time. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. We're at 10,787 now. Woo! Love it. Love it. So yeah, that's what I would do with that. I would take Paul George over the rebounds and assists, but I would probably not take Curry at over 4.5 unless it was on some other site not named PrizePicks. I would take him elsewhere. I mean, we got a little 2-pick though. If you want to go 2 picks here, you got Bane over 4.5, you got George over 8.5. Is there anything else worth taking? Possibly. Let's look at the optimizer one last time. If you have any last minute questions that you want to throw in there, you can drop a super chat if you'd like. If not, that's cool too. Chris, I see you. I see you now. Yeah, I would be careful, Chris, on the Pascal Siakam. On PrizePicks anyway. Looney over on turnovers. More minutes for him today? Possibly. I could see something like that going up against Jokic. I could definitely rock with that. Maybe Looney gets a little bit more minutes or gets into some foul trouble, or you know, he could turn it over a little bit more versus Joker. Let me take out these player fantasy scores real quick. All right, so non-player fantasy score, here's your top options. We're still waiting to see if Kyle Lowry gets that eventual bump down to 3. We could take the over if he does. Shaden Sharp, same thing. If he gets bumped down to 5, then we could take the over if he does get bumped down to 5. Did Scotty Barnes get bumped down? We were waiting on that one. Or did he get pulled off the board, or what happened with Scotty Barnes' rebounds? Okay, Barnes' rebounds did get bumped down to 8, so we were talking about taking the over on Scotty Barnes if it got bumped down, and it did. So it's now at 8. What about Miles Turner? He was another one for the rebounds and assists. Did that one get bumped down to 9? It did not. All right. But Barnes at 8 rebounds, now we can take the over because it is projecting pretty well over. I'm just going to throw, now you guys are, this is not going to be a popular way to play this. I'm just going to throw these 3 in a 3-pick flex. That's right, I said it, a 3-pick flex. If Barnes ties at 8 rebounds, Paul George really does go over 8.5 rebounds and assists, and Bane really does go over 4.5 assists, then this 3-pick flex becomes a 2-pick power play, and we get the sneaky backdoor 3x payout instead of the 2.25. Now, if 2 of these guys hit and 1 sells us, that's okay. We don't lose all our money. We still get a little bit of money back, 1.25x profit, okay? Like I said, not a popular strategy, but one that I've used and one that I'm going to use in this case. So I'll take these 3 in a 3-pick flex. Bane for more than 4.5 assists, George for more than 8.5 rebounds and assists, and then Scotty Barnes for more than 8 rebounds now that he's gotten the bump down from 8.5 down to 8. So, all right. We're hoping for Barnes tying, we're hoping for George going over, and we're hoping for Bane going over. And then we go from 2.25x payday to a 3x payday. So instead of winning $54, we'll win, what, 72? $72. So that's what we're hoping for on that. That's why I did what I did. Make it a 3-pick flex. And then you still get the safety net of going, 2 out of 3. You don't lose all your money in that case. So, all right, guys, that'll be it for now. 14 NBA games. You know that if you're in Dub Club, that I love you, first of all, and that I will be sending out Dub Club picks a little later on in the day. We'll wait for some more of this NBA news to roll out, and then I'll start sending out those picks. They get sent out through Discord, so join the Dub Club, connect Discord to Dub Club, and then wait patiently, and then picks will be sent out. I send out, probably 10 plus plays per day easily on average. So lots of winning picks coming your way tonight. Lots of NBA games. Let's tackle them. Let's win together. See you guys in the Dub Club Discord. Peace.